live in effect. So I just want to talk to y'all real quick. And the title of this video is Why Are Some Women Aggressive? Well, here's the reasons. Here's the reason why some women are aggressive. And before I get to the reason, is because I hear this a lot, especially from men, saying that women of today time are not very feminine. They're not soft enough. They don't care themselves like how women should normally care themselves. And that's when I just sit back and wonder, well, exactly, how do you think exactly a woman supposed to be? Do you think every woman is supposed to be feminine? Do you think every woman is supposed to be gentle? Do you think every woman is going to be that way? I mean, this is something that comes in mind when it comes to people making these type of commentaries about women. Do you think every woman is going to be soft and gentle? No. All right, so here's the reason why. Now, one reason a woman may come off as being aggressive is because of her experience, what she has been going through, as far as if she's been abused, if she's been in an abusive relationship, if she's been raped, molested, that's going to cause her to have some form of aggression. And it's not aggression as in I just want to be tough. It's aggression as a form of protecting herself and her surrounding. That's what it is. That's one. Two is because of the upbringing of the woman. So who did she grow up around? What type of environment did she come from? Did she come from an environment where she had to get tough mentality, meaning that she had to have a hustle mentality? Did she have to protect her family? Was she the breadwinner? Was she raised about around a bunch of males? Was she raised around women who were involved in certain lifestyles, like if they was involved in the streets or something? Because see, upbringing plays a lot into why people behave the way they do. So she may have been raised around people that have not taught her what femininity means and what is the purpose of it. So she just learned how to survive and learn how to take care of herself and be the breadwinner of the family. Or she may have grew up to learn how to fight and learn self defense. You know what I'm saying? So that can play into that as well. So I'm gonna say it again. The first one is experience. Second one is upbringing. And the third one is lifestyle. Alternative lifestyle. What do I mean by alternative lifestyle? Alternative deals with sexuality. Okay? You have women who are lesbians, right? And they proceed to have this mentality that they can act as men and they can do things as men, which we know that in reality that's not the case. Okay? That's not the case. You can't, no matter how tough you can be, no matter how much you try to act like a man, you can't go no further than what you can do as a woman. All right? But lifestyle plays a part in that, the alternative lifestyle. Okay? So I just gave you the three main reasons: experience, environment and upbringing, and the alternative lifestyle. Okay? Now, can people change over time? Yes. People can change their behavior over time. But what I want to give the message, especially to the men out there, you cannot force a woman to be something that you want her to be. You can't force her to be this ideal woman that you want her to be. Just like a woman can't force you to be an ideal man, right? Excuse me. Yeah. Just like a woman can't force you to be this ideal man, right? You can't force her to be this ideal woman. That's something that she has to grow into. She has to grow into her. She has to grow into herself. She has to grow into her character. Okay? She has to grow into her character. It's not something that you as a man can force upon her. You cannot make her be what you want her to be. All right? Because when you do that, you will suppress her. You will suppress the woman and you eventually will destroy her because you're trying to get her to be what you want her to be. And that's something that she must develop on her own. Okay? Now, I'm just going to tell you that there are women out there who are very feminine, who are very soft and very tender-like. And there are women out there who just ain't. Just like there are men out there who are very masculine. And there are men who are not so masculine. Okay? So, if you're looking for an ideal woman to be very soft and very feminine, be like the woman that you see on commercial, you may come across her and you may not come across her. But the question is, do y'all know what these women go through in order for them to be so-called masculine and be so-called aggressive? Do you know what a lot of these women go through? No, you don't. You really don't know what a lot of them go through. Especially when we talk about upbringing and their experience. It's a lot of shit that women deal with on a consistent basis that don't often get talked about. But instead of responding in a way that people think that we should respond, we will respond just by being protective. Now, I will say that some women take things a little too far with their attitude. Some women get out of character and don't know how to just relax and humble themselves, right? Some women get too arrogant and be egotistical. I will admit that some women take things way too far. But then there are women who have gone through so much that they just start to develop a certain type of characteristic. They have gone through so much issue that they gonna become who they are. And it molds them into the person they are. You got women out here that would take a risk and don't give a damn. That ain't thinking about tomorrow. That's ready to put their life on the line. That's gonna be down for whatever. So whatever happens, whatever go down, it's gonna go down. Then you got some women who ain't built to take certain risks, who ain't built to go out there and live certain lifestyles. But understand this, every woman is not going to be the same. And the people that get marginalized the most is black women. Black women get marginalized the most and get criticized for this a lot. For being too aggressive, to this, to that, and people not really understanding why many of us or some of us develop certain type of characteristics. Okay? Now, we also got to look at how media portray women, black women in particular. There's a lot of stereotypes going on. So they'll get a group of black women, get on the show and write these little scripts, right? or have them to exaggerate their storyline just to bring some type of entertainment, just to bring some views up, get some more ratings. And that's very problematic because now it creates that perception that all women act certain way, all women are like this, and that's not the case. Or then it creates the idea that a man have to expect a woman to be like his mother, who maybe was very disgruntled, angry, always wanted to walk around and fuss about something, carry on about something, and men start to have this mentality thinking that every woman is going to be like his mama. And no, every woman is not going to be like your mama. So let me repeat it one more time. Why do some women act aggressive, or why do some women become aggressive? It's because one, the upbringing, how they was raised, and what type of environment they come from. That means those come from the hood, those grew up in around the street around a bunch of thugs and gangsters. Some grew up in the street life, in and out of foster home. Not only in and out of foster home, but in and out the streets as well. Excuse me, my nose itching. But anyways, some of them grew up in the foster home, in and out the streets. All right, that's one. Two, experience. As I mentioned, experience. Experience has a lot to do with it. If they've been picked on, if they've been raped, if they've been molested as kids, if they done went through domestic violence, if they done been incarcerated, where they was around women who may have bullied them or made them feel very low about themselves because they couldn't fit into the circle or to the crowd, or whatever the case may be. And third, as I mentioned, alternative lifestyle, mean that they become lesbians and they start carrying on characteristics as men, and they have the perception in their mind that they are men, or they can do things that men can do, and that's not 100% true. Because you probably can only do what about 25% what a man can do, or maybe if I put up the number, maybe about 40%. But the rest, you can't do nothing else. You can't do no more than what you can do as a woman. All right. So, and I'm reading one comment. It says women have to be tough, and not they get taken advantage of. Simple. Exactly. That is true. Women are, yes, and that's another thing. Women will more than likely be taken advantage of. So, especially when you out here in these streets and you walk in the streets and you come across people, strangers, or whatnot, you better have that mentality. You better be pretty tough. You better not be too comfortable and lay your guards down, because that's how you get taken advantage of. You have to guard your emotions. Not that you don't have feelings, or you're not going to feel as a woman, because of course naturally as a woman you're going to have emotions there, but you have to guard them. You have to be careful, because otherwise your emotion can be used against you, and not only it can be used against you, it can become your enemy, because somebody else will prey on your vulnerability and find a way to control you. Now think about what I just said right there. Somebody will prey on your vulnerability and they will find a way to bring about some type of control over you. So that's why as a woman kind of you have to have tough skin in life when you go in certain environments and certain areas. Okay? So, and then also I want to clear something up. I guess some people feel like it's not appropriate for a woman to walk around and carry weapons and things of that nature. Well, look here, let me tell you like this. Self-defense is a human right. It's not just a man's right. Self-defense is a human right. Every human has a right to protect themselves, regardless what their gender is. Every human has a right to protect themselves. So, protecting yourself as a woman is your given right. So, self defense is not just pertaining to men, whether it be learning combat, whether it be learning um, martial arts, or learning how to operate weapons, is not just for men only, but it's also for women. It's for human in general. Okay? Every human has that right. So I want to get that part out the way. But until then, y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. So peace and power elevation be to all of you. And shout out to the people that was watching. Thank y'all so much. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Hold up. All right. So thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good one. All right. Peace.